this point, we're ready to start collecting data with our iTree Canopy project. We've finished all our configuration. We're ready to start classifying points. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next here. And this is just going to pop up my boundary. I was working with the city of Philadelphia. And it's going to overlay it over whatever the most recent Google Maps image is. The way this works is it's going to generate a whole bunch of random points within our boundary of interest, and we're going to classify each one of those points. So this is really just a basic random sample. There's nothing automated. You have to go ahead and do the classifying. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and hit the plus button here, and you can see the directions up top here tell you to hit that plus button, and it's talking about this one, not this. This is for zooming in and out. This one here will create a new point. So I'll hit that create. And here's our first random point. It adds these yellow crosshairs so you know where you're looking, and you're trying to look right in the middle of those yellow crosshairs. What am I looking at? This one's actually pretty easy. It's a tree. So I'm going to leave that as tree shrub. I could hit save here, and then I would have to hit the plus button to add a new one, but I like just to save and create new. It makes the process go a little quicker. Save and create new. And again, we're on a tree, so we'll go ahead and leave that and hit save and create new. And here we're in a backyard, and this gets a little tricky, but again, remember you're looking right in the middle of that crosshair, and this looks like it's right behind somebody's porch. This looks like it's a little taller than grass, so I think I might leave that as tree shrub. Here we're definitely just in some grass next to a building, and sometimes it can help you to zoom out a little bit to get better perspective if you're not sure exactly what you're looking at. And then I'm going to create new again. Here we're on top of a building. So this would be impervious buildings. Here we are on the side of a road. So this will be road. And just remember you're looking right in the middle of those crosshairs. Here we have one that's a little trickier. This is a tree and this is leaf off. This is the tree here. This is actually the shadow of the tree, and you can get used to looking at some of these things. So the question is, would this tree, when it was leaves were on, would it be covering the surface here? And I think the tree goes actually all the way out, almost across the road. It looks like a pretty big tree to me. So I actually would call this tree shrub. I'm going to do another video that goes through a few tips and recommendations for how to evaluate some of these, but this is a good one to sort of think about as you go ahead and collect your points. You just want to make sure that you're consistent throughout when you do this. And that's how the process works. So how many points do you need to do? We recommend that you do 500 to 1,000. If you do 500, you'll end up with a sampling error, what we call a standard error of around 2.2% on your cover estimates or better. If you go all the way up to 1,000, you get a little better. You'll be about 1.5% for that sampling error. And you just keep doing points, and you can see they're actually, this graph up here is a live graph. This green bar here is our tree cover, and this is the error associated with that. And as we add more points, that error comes down. So the more points, the better. So you can see those bars shrank just a little bit. So you're just going to keep adding points. I'm going to stop here and just show you that you can go ahead and save at this point. And it's really important to save often, because this is just saved in your browser. So if your internet goes out or your browser crashes, you would lose all that data. So you just want to hit this save button, and typically what I do is I save as I go along, and I'd save and I put the number of points in there. I actually did a project just a little while ago testing this out. So I put 9 points. So if I'm going to keep collecting points and maybe I get up to 50 or 100, I would change that to 50 or 100. And that's typically how I do it. So at this point, you're ready to just keep collecting data. I'm going to save this project. It might go into your downloads or your documents folder. Mine, I'm just going to save right on my desktop. And you would just want to keep doing that. Save it as you go along, and you can load those projects. Go into the project menu, file, and open. You can open those created iTree Canopy projects.